Thank you. Thanks, everybody. So what I really wanted to call the talk was a bit different, but I didn't really know if it was allowed to be printed on the schedule. So I've sort of dumbed it down a little bit. Basically, what I'm going to talk about is getting stuff done. So you're at uni. Show of hands, most people are uni, yeah? First years? Second? Third? Fourth? Graduates? No? Cool, bit of a mixture then. So everybody that's at uni will be doing, obviously, their study, but they should also be doing something else, some other stuff, some tangibles that employers will look for when you're expecting to graduate and looking for a grad position. So can I get a show of hands who will be looking for a grad role, or who is looking for a grad role? Couple? Who's wanting to like build a startup or do something like that? And who has no idea? Most people, right. And that's fine, no problem with that at all. So that's me, bit of an older picture, but that's my Twitter handle, so if you want to use that to send questions, otherwise just yell out, it's fine. Who I am. So currently I'm fourth year at Griffith Uni. I graduate in 5 weeks, so not counting, but I'm getting there. I've been working at Telstra for a couple of years in retail and have accepted a grad role in Melbourne for them for next year. So that's where I'll be heading at this stage. I worked at CommBank over summer, last year, in the enterprise user experience and design teams, and recently ran the GovHack event down at the Gold Coast. Earlier this year, I won the Suncorp IT Award in the Top 100 Graduates program. And on the right there is just some events that I've been to. So it sort of gives an overview of sort of what I've been doing and why I feel it's important to do those things to complement university. I'm not any of these things, so don't like say that you did something because of me and then sue me or something, because I'm not. And I'm not Shia LaBeouf, but I do tell people to just go and just do something, just go and do it. So this is why I'm here. It's going to run through a few quotes that I've grabbed and try and explain them a bit. And feel free to give your input and talk to me about it. So Fusion Consulting has said that there's been a big sway away from employers looking at only academic results. What they're looking for is well-rounded graduates. Anyone tell me what that might mean? Yep. Right, some extracurricular stuff. Give me some examples of that. Yep. Or go to industry events like CompCon and gain some knowledge, do some networking. Just know stuff other than the theory. So that's important, obviously. You want to get good results, you want to graduate, but people or employers are looking for people that have done other stuff, whether that's even just a part-time job. It's something that you've been doing. This carries on with the Grad Connection director, Mike Casey. So Grad Connection's the ones that run Top 100. So he said, employers are particularly looking at how extracurricular activities show examples of things like teamwork. These are things that you can't just learn by being taught it, you have to do it. They're really, really important. They're skills that you can use throughout life, no matter what you're doing. Whether you're going to a grad role, whether you're in the Rural Fire Service, surf lifesaving, in a sports team, or starting your own company. Really, really important things. Students who take executive roles in groups at uni and elsewhere, who coach or play team sport, may have an edge. So you're applying for some grad roles that are really competitive. Things like even the CommBank internships, they can have up to 20,000 people applying from around Australia for 150 odd jobs. So they're looking for stuff other than a degree or work towards a degree? Because what's everybody got that's applying for a grad role or an internship? A degree or some work towards a degree. So they're saying, what else can you do? What can you bring to the team that we need? How do you fit into our culture? Working, wherever it is definitely better than not working at all because it shows that you're well-rounded. So there's that well-rounded again. So that's just referring to, obviously, part-time jobs. It's really good to get a job doing what you want to do, if it's desktop support somewhere because you want to go into an IT role, if it's freelance building websites for companies because you want to go into web design development. That's awesome. If you can do that, do that. If you can't, having some kind of work experience is super important. So for myself, I didn't really have a choice. I wanted to move away from home, from New South Wales, to go to uni in Queensland. Didn't have a choice. I had to get a job, otherwise I was going to starve. And no matter what the current affair tells you, Centrelink is not enough to live on and do everything that you want to do. So that's really important as well. So everyone, who here has a part-time job or something already, as well as their uni studies? Most people? That's good. Cool. So other than that, that's sort of obviously employer related. That's about grad positions and that sort of thing. The common theme is well-rounded graduates, people who have done stuff other than their degree. What about if you want to go build a startup though, do something like that? So I've grabbed some other quotes. I still love to read something written by the person, like a blog or Medium post, so I can understand the way this person thinks. So what David's referring to here is if he's looking to invest in some startup, he's going to go and research the founder. Because no matter what you think, unfortunately your startup isn't going to be as well known as Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or something like that. They're not going to know what it is. They have a bit of an idea of what it wants to do. But what they're looking for is founders that can carry that startup on and obviously make them money, because that's what they're looking for. Who's heard of Y Combinator? Most people. If you haven't heard of Y Combinator, look them up now, because if you're looking at building a startup, because they're really, really important. They say it matters very little where the founders went to college or uni. So I'm speaking at UQ, but sandstone universities aren't necessarily going to guarantee anything, especially in the startup world. Again, it's going to be that other stuff you've done that can prove that you can do things, that you have completed projects, you can work in teams, and that sort of thing. Brad Feld, another really important guy to learn about if you're looking at startups, so go and look him up as well. What he looks for is an obsession with a product that's been created. The reason I threw this in here, even though you might not be building your startup now, but it's talking about the product. So that's what we sort of were talking about before, is doing something else. So if you're not graduating, you're about to go on holidays, and a lot of people will do nothing. Some people will do some part-time work, go back to family and friends, wherever they are. But what you should also look at doing is building something. It can be anything. It can be using something that you've learnt at uni in the last semester. Whatever it is, just go and build something and show that you can complete a task, and then you've got something to chuck on a CV or into your GitHub profile or whatever, so they can actually see you tangibly doing something. So this last one is Ashton Kutcher. So for those that don't know, other than being, I won't say fabulous, but other than being an actor, he also invests in startups as well, tech startups. So he's looking for founders with grit, so people who don't give up, people that actually want to do something, people that are flexible, that are leaders, that are good communicators. Where are you going to get those skills? Other than sitting in a lecture theatre not saying anything. You're going to get it by working in a team, building projects, or doing something else, going to events like this. That's where you're going to get that, doing your networking. So, does anyone have anything they want to add? Any questions? He is a movie actor, yes. Also a TV actor, I think. Yes, 2.5 Men, right? He's not quite a Charlie Sheen, though. So at the end of the day, you want to be doing everything. You want to just get involved. You want to do something. Go out there, whether it's at a networking event at River City Labs, whether it's coming here, talking to people, learning some new things, or whether it's building your own project. You just want to go and do it. And not be afraid of failure, because that is the way to never do anything, is if you're scared to fail, especially if you're looking to build a startup. So a lot of people are going to say, yeah, like, I get it, but I'm super busy. I'm doing a double degree. I dedicate all of my life doing that, and then I have to work on the side as well. So is everybody else around you, but the ones getting the edge in these grad roles are the ones that have gone out and just done that little extra bit. So consider it a part of your degree. Consider it something that you should be doing to supplement that. You can set aside just a small amount of time, 2 hours a week. Go down to River City Labs to one of the events that they run all the time. To go to something like this, to go to a hackathon, whatever it might be. As we've been saying, the employers are overwhelmingly looking for people that are doing that. That's another common one, and I'm right there with you, I get it, but things are discounted for us because we've got the little card that says we go to a uni, and it might even be free. River City Labs also have free beer, so like, just go. So ways we can get involved. Obviously, we've mentioned working, doing some kind of part-time work, super important. Attending events like this. Who's heard of DevWorld? A couple of people? Yes, developer Steve's a very common face down there. DevWorld is basically WWDC for Australia, minus all of the fanfare or the officialness. People go down there that have been developers or are developing things, that have been for a long time. They've got lots of cool stuff to share, and everyone goes down there to learn about building your iOS apps or even your macOS apps or anything like that. It's really good. I've been there, didn't go this year, unfortunately couldn't get there, but last year it was awesome. So I highly recommend going down there. It's in Melbourne. Free to attend for students that are members of the AUC, which is like $50 a year. YitCon, they haven't run another one since, but that was awesome. So again, that one did cost, but universities often have ways that they can fund you to go and do these things, which is how I got down there. So you don't have to pay anything. That was a really, really good talk, or good weekend, lots of talks from people. These guys are really important if building a startup, or if you're just looking for a grad role. Startup weekends. Who's been to a startup weekend? Not many. Guys, what are you doing? Go to one. Startup weekends run across sort of Friday to Sunday. Some of them have a theme. You just go and build a startup over a weekend. Just do it. And then you get judged by Steve Baxter at the end, where he tells you that it was shit. But that he liked the way that you talked about it. So that's a positive, all right? You learned something. Tender Hackathon. I think Alex is going to be here at some stage. Sorry. There you go. So Tender Hackathon, that was like $10 or something to go to, and free food all weekend. So like, what? Why not? This year you had to work with their APIs, but you just go and form new teams and you just build something, just meet new people and learn something new. Uni Hack, another hackathon down in Melbourne, that one. And then obviously GovHack. GovHack people? Only a couple? Yeah. GovHack's another one. It's a national, or it's an international event, including New Zealand. That is really, really, really good. So use open government data and you just build some stuff that's cool, and then you win prizes and prize money and free flights to Adelaide for the awards and all that sort of stuff. So all of these things are completely free to attend and free food all weekend as well. So, I mean, you're making money. These guys here, Studio 39, is like an entrepreneurs students group down at Griffith, and got like Code Network as well, even though it's the other guys. Is there a UQ club that's similar to that? Because the Computing Society, I did try and look for it, couldn't find it. Well, there you go. So, you know, just pretend it's up there. But go and join those guys, because it's all like-minded people. It's people that want to do the same or similar stuff as you, and they all want to achieve something really awesome. And, you know, if you go to some of their hackathons, you get national press and you can talk about how you built an AWS server for, what was it, $500 or whatever it was, and that you're better than the entire Australian government who spent millions. So, you know, that's awesome. Do you think they're, like, if they're going to go to an employer and they're going to be like, yeah, I did this thing, what are they going to say? Oh, come on in, all right? So, look, it's just getting out there and just doing stuff. It's a common theme. These two guys, so most people know of River City Labs, yeah? Startup Catalyst, who's heard of that? Who's applying this year? Oh, okay, good, less competition. Startup Catalyst is for youths. It's a all expenses paid ticket to the Valley, San Francisco, to go and meet startup founders, go and look through Facebook and the Googles and the Twitters and all that stuff. So if you haven't done that, the application's closed 9th of October, I think. Go and have a look at that if that's what you're into. Like, again, even if you fail 2 years in a row, you're going to learn something each time. And River City Labs, obviously, as I've been saying, they run free events all the time. Go and look at their website. They got a Facebook engineer coming in a few weeks, and a free event. Go and do it. So you basically want to do anything that is going to build your skills and that's going to make you cool and look good in front of employers, or indeed investors. So things you can do right now while you're sitting there all on your laptops on Facebook or Twitter or something. Open up a new tab and build up your GitHub profile. Open up another new tab and start a blog if you don't already have one. And open up another tab and start a LinkedIn profile if you don't already have one. People sort of poo-poo all over LinkedIn, but I've been offered roles at GitHub through LinkedIn. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for timings, but you do get contacted by recruiters through that. So fill in your profile, even if you don't have much to put on there, keep it up to date. And you can awkwardly introduce yourself to people at events like this. All right, just talk to other people. So you get the gist of my talk is just going and doing something, just getting shit done, and improving yourself, improving your employability, and improving your potential for investment as a startup, or indeed just learning new life stuff. Does anyone have any questions or any comments? Or does anyone think I'm full of crap and they want to argue with me? Yes, go.
That was amazing talk, man. That was worth $30 right there.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You talked about like recruiters contacting you on LinkedIn.
Yes.
What's your opinion of recruiters and sort of how
Well, Josh, it's a good name, by the way. The recruiters that are contacting me for roles that I don't want, I wish they'd stop. And the recruiters that are contacting me for roles that I do want, yeah, that's fine. It can be a bit annoying sometimes, the out-of-the-blue stuff. Or the sponsored ones, they're the worst. The non-personalised ones, the batch, hey, come and apply for this. Not good. I've sort of done my own thing, as you sort of probably got the gist of. So I haven't needed the talents of a recruitment agency or talent agency or anything like that. But certainly, yeah, it can be a good thing. Anything else? Anyone else? No? Everyone's just like having a bit of a nap after lunch? Yes? Yes, the old imposter syndrome. The I shouldn't be here because I don't know enough about stuff. You shouldn't be like afraid to get out there and do these things and therefore improve the way that you can talk about yourself. But something, you can basically open up Google and type in how do I set up a LinkedIn profile, and there's a lot of stuff on there from some really cool people talking about how you can talk about yourself. One of the biggest things is like telling a story right at the start. So the start of my LinkedIn profile is a story about how when I was in the Army Cadets, I stayed by myself in Singleton military area. You know, it was the first time I was away from anyone. But, you know, I got through that and went on to be cadet under officer, highest ranking cadets, like how good am I? So it's not necessarily about what you're doing right now, but it's about what you've done. So it can be anything. You know, I was the only person that spoke to the speaker at CompCon because I'm not afraid to put my opinions out there or whatever. You know, it can be anything like that. Anyone else? Yes? Woo! Did anyone Twitter me? I should check that. Yes?
Yeah, you brought up Grad Connection there.
Yep.
I was hanging out with Steve Bates the other day, and he was talking to us about Brad. And what he said was that Brad Feldman is like one of the most effective entrepreneurs and investors, and he has like a 30% return on his investment over the last 3 years. And he said to me, even Brad has to do 1,000 phone calls to close a deal.
Yep.
Like, it takes like a lot of activity and a lot of energy. And Steve said, you've got to go up a lot of dry gullies to find water.
Yep.
And it's kind of like finding a job is almost like an entrepreneurial activity, right? Because there's no guaranteed outcome with many of those activities.
That's right. And on that point, Ashton Kutcher, as part of like the same bit that I pulled that quote from, he said that the question was about how do you pick the founders and how do you think they should approach you? And he's like, you need to just go up and talk to them. And it might be a yes, it might be a no, but you're going to learn something and it's going to improve your chances next time. So, you know, when I applied for the internships last year, I apply, you know, it's like a machine gun. You're just applying for everything and you get sick of writing applications. But at the end of the day, the ones that say yes, it's awesome. And the ones that say no, that's also awesome because they tell you why no and what you can improve on and that sort of thing. And yeah, so exactly. Anyone else? That's almost our time. Awesome. So, thanks everybody. Find me there, and there, plus everywhere else on the internet, usually using something along those lines. Yeah, thanks. And we'll be giving a talk at 4:30, the panel. 4:30, the panel, be there because we're going to talk about this some more and it's going to be cool. Thanks.